let's go ahead and begin with your first name, last name, spell it out along with your title.
Okay, my name is Gaea Powell, Gaea Powell, and I'm a consulting executive director.
Gaea, thank you so much for joining me today. And today's topic is the Arroyo Grande mayor race. I know you are one of the candidates. So with that being said, why should the Arroyo Grande community why should they select you as mayor in this community?
I believe that they should vote for me because I have their freedom at the top of my list and priorities. So what that means is on my first day as mayor, I would deem the city of Arroyo Grande as a constitutional sanctuary city for the Constitution, as the Constitution protects all Americans. So I would take my oath to the Constitution extremely seriously. So that means that even if the federal government, the state government, or the county governments start dictating mandates, lockdowns, separations of our citizens, or dictating that we take drugs that we, don't that we're not giving permission to, that we don't consent to, will never ever happen again.
And what issues will you prioritize if you step into office as mayor?
Well, obviously, I'll continue to work on the ongoing challenges, the homeless issue, the infrastructure, the becoming more independently energy sufficient, etc. The things that have, I grew up in California, and these are things that we've been constantly trying to work on for many, many decades. The homeless issue obviously has gotten worse more recently. And then also, I really believe that there's a lot of missed opportunity in Arroyo Grande. I believe it should be a tourist destination. So I have a vision, and I have a track record of being able to implement my vision. So I think my business background really helps me in being a strong leader and being able to actually implement what I'm saying and to what my vision is. So I believe that the historical city, or the historical village of Arroyo Grande, needs to be beautified and marketed properly so that we can drive more business to our town and our city. Not just the village, but that obviously brings more visitors into the hotels and whatnot, and the restaurants, etc. The wineries. I mean, we're minutes from the beach, minutes from miles of wineries, and I think that that's a missed opportunity. And we also need to support our local historical society too, which I also think is a tourist attraction.
And how important are the water, homelessness, and infrastructure issues to you? I know you mentioned that there's homelessness and also infrastructure is a priority to you, but what about water? All these three issues, how important are they to you?
They're all equally important. I drive, going home, daily, I see the encampment that's, getting bigger and bigger in Grover. So obviously that affects Arroyo Grande, and that's a huge issue, and that takes state, federal, local, everybody collaborating. And I have a long history of collaborating and listening to dissenting views and agreeing views and coming to the right conclusions and productive strategies to help us conquer those challenges. And obviously water is very important, but there are some I guess, what would you call them? There's already strategies that are already being put in place to help, address that issue. But I also think we need to be, looking towards the future and figuring out other ways to sustain our water and our energy, etc. And we also have grant monies available and different ways to raise money to help our infrastructure and repair the roads and whatnot. So all of those things are very important to the people that live in Arroyo Grande. But my number one thing is being, very disappointed and disturbed about the, government and corporate overreach during the COVID hysteria, and not seeing a lot of leadership and cooperation, and really encouraging people to never separate, so that we always keep the conversation going so we can figure out what's the best to do for our particular city of Arroyo Grande.
Ultimately, Gaea, a vote for you is a vote for what?
Freedom. So I believe that the small towns and cities may be the last hope for our great nation, and we are the last stand, where we really need to make sure that people remember that they should exercise their constitutional rights on a daily basis, just like you would physically exercise. So that's if you don't if we don't keep our rights and our freedoms, then all those other things we just discussed won't even matter. So that's my most important, highest priority, is to educate people and to help them realize that we already are a constitutional sanctuary city. Every city is. Our entire nation is.
Gaea, is there anything else you'd like to add to this interview? Anything that I missed just regarding you as the candidate of Arroyo Grande's mayor race?
Sure. I just want the audience to know how much I love my city that I live in, and I've been very blessed. I grew up in Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, and I've traveled a lot. I've lived in a lot of different places and even different states. So I think that gives me, a different perspective and really appreciating this amazing paradise that we all share.
Okay, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
That concludes